Hey, welcome to JNL Chronicles Live. Today we're talking Sister Wives.
Yeah, there were some bombshells dropped.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It was at times uncomfortable.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're right. Uh, but
Uh just
I'm glad to hear it, but it's uncomfortable.
yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, the conversation with Janelle about her relationship with Cody kind of had me wishing I was like hiding behind something when watching it. Her just saying, "We're good.
We're
We're fine.
fine.
We're
We're
fine."
fine. Yeah. Uh, I'm gonna take that, in my opinion, as they don't have a uh
Intimate relationship.
correct,
She said
such
he's
as Mary and Christine
yeah,
that he did that with.
yeah. The whole he's my best friend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Uh,
But Cody said when Sukanya asked Cody, "Are you still in love with Janelle?" And he said, "I love Janelle."
yeah, that means no.
Yeah, and she said, "But are you in love with him?" And
Oh well,
then
she
he,
wouldn't tell you that she was in love with me.
yeah, if she were being honest, she wouldn't tell you she felt that way about me. Uh,
Yeah, that felt that was I don't know the uh, why are you married then?
yeah, so it makes me think that Janelle thinks something very different because her answer was, "Yeah, we're fine," and nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
And well,
What? Why have
it
to?
made me think there was something wrong in the intimacy. She did say he's my best friend, he's a good dad. That's what he said. But oh, he's dropped off on the dad scale
Yeah, his dating
since long
skills are not
ago.
as good as they used to be. The matter of fact that he doesn't even talk to his older children, his older
Yes,
sons,
another bombshell. He said that he hasn't spoke to Gabriel or Garrison.
in a while.
He said every once in a while touch base
Yeah,
or
but that's not
something.
having.
That's not.
Yeah, calling and saying, "Hey, are you guys okay? Yeah, all right. Need anything? No. All right. Talk to you guys in another couple months." It's that's not being a dad.
No.
I bet anything though he has nice long conversations with Robin's oldest son.
Yeah, hopefully they have a good relationship
Well, they
because
live together.
Cody's adopted them. Those are his kids
Yeah.
too. So
Well, it
yeah,
always bothers me when he
but
talks.
he refers to them as Robin's kids or Christine's kids or Janelle's kids. Maybe that's just a way to keep order.
Mm,
You think?
maybe, but it's just odd
It
that he wouldn't
sounds
say my
weird.
kids or our kids.
It does sound weird
Yeah,
for
it sounds very detached.
normal couples, but
Yeah,
maybe in a polygamy setting, maybe that's how you have to break it down because there's so many people involved.
maybe.
I'm not sure about that. What else did Cody say? Oh, yeah, about Christine. He's such a jerk, a major, as he likes to call it, jackwagon.
Mm,
This guy, when Sukanya asked him, the marriage with Christine, it's over, and he was like, yeah, yeah, she doesn't believe anymore in the religion, and she asked him, so does that mean she's gonna get to go to heaven with you? And he tried to say, well, it's all dogma. We don't know what God, stuff like that
that's always the reaction.
to get around. answering the question. But uh, with when talking about Christine and well, the marriage that he shared with Christine, he's what was it? How did he say that? When he was going on about like she was the host was like, did you tell her you love her, or did you go after or tell her you love her, or anything like that before the split up when you knew that things were going bad? And he was like, no, no, no. Like the look on his face was like, how dare
Yeah.
me go after like that was crazy.
Yeah.
And Christine, don't let him put your self-esteem down.
Yeah.
You're a sweet, sweet woman. You deserve happiness, and you're attractive. Don't let him. You're a bright light. We can see it.
Yeah.
The viewers. Yeah.
Cody's just a fool.
Yeah. Yeah, and Christine also addressed. Well, because they brought in Robin, and Robin was saying she doesn't like it that the greater family is not getting together. And, like, for instance, Janelle and Christine went to Utah
for
for
Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving instead of staying. And Robin wanted them all to get together. But Christine was saying she can't please everybody. And she raised her kids and Janelle's kids together. She was the primary caregiver, which she called a constant, I think.
Yeah.
She said, I'm the constant.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. And that they have a special relationship, her and Janelle. And, well, Cody's expressed jealousy of that. How come they get along so good?
Why would he be jealous of his sister wives getting along?
Because he can't get along.
And didn't he say he's kind of jaded now that he doesn't?
Yeah, he said it's the whole thing is jaded him. But so Christine laughed when she about the jealousy. She said it's so ironic because sister wives, it's nothing but jealousy. And now you're talking about Cody being jealous of Christine and Janelle's relationship, which, like Christine said, Janelle's super easy. She is easy to get along with. Janelle loves Christine.
Yeah.
They both talk well of each other.
Yeah.
Although Christine did bring up a term that I hadn't heard before, basement wife.
Yeah.
She said that in the religion, you have like upper wives or an upper wife, and then the other is a basement wife where you're just in the background taking care of the kids and doing everything.
Probably kind of like a totem pole. She's a low woman on the totem pole.
Yeah, but they call it a basement wife.
Yeah.
And I wonder if she said she felt like a basement wife all those years when they were in the house together. And then they moved to Las Vegas and she had her own house and they got therapy and she started, she had a household, her own household, and she could do things her way.
That was Cody's
and only problem. Had Cody 2 days a week because that's
that was where Cody went wrong.
What?
He let her have her own house. He gave her freedom.
Well, they had a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
So that's what they could get into at the time.
Quite frankly,
seemed perfect.
That seemed like a good situation, and it seemed foolish to even leave that.
Yeah. And Brahman brought up that it's sad that Ariella doesn't even know some of her siblings' names. And But with that many children and that much of an age gap, they were, I mean, Saul and Ari are little, but I would say they're Saul 10 or less, looks like.
Yeah,
And Ari, what, she looks 5, maybe, or 4,
very young.
or 3. I don't know. She's a little kid.
Well, how long has she
And
been married to
so
Cody now?
separate households. Well, Robin, I think it's been, has it been 10
Oh wow.
years or something? I'm not sure how many years. I've forgotten now because the other ones have what, 30
Yeah, 30 years. Because
or something
they
like
all
that.
married Cody within a short time.
Yeah. Janelle and Christine married Cody within a year of each other, I think they said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so um wow, it just shows me, well, every case isn't the same, but Cody's style of polygamy
Polygamy.
isn't
Yeah.
working
No,
because
it
for
doesn't
his
seem.
wives to feel like that all that time, I've seen things on other plural marriages, and the wives seem to get along, and the people are happy. So
Yeah, it seems unsustainable because it's hard enough just, sustaining a relationship with one person. Imagine, trying to juggle four women.
yeah, or
Uh,
more. Can you
oh
imagine the
God,
ones, the people that decide to marry more than that? I I can't imagine.
I don't have the energy for that. Straight up,
Well,
I don't think I could do that. Let alone the whole,
well,
it being very misogynistic.
maybe they marry them to have this basement wife thing so that they're taking care of the
Now,
children.
I'll tell you what it stems from. It's they want people to do what they want, and in a lot of uh back then women were lower than men, so they really didn't get much of a say. So it
No,
was
we're talking
basically,
about now, though. So not back in the day.
well, that it
We're talking about current polygamy
that's why
and plural families.
it doesn't work now as it did back then, because
Psychologists say it does work if people are of a certain economic status and uh, really are careful to give equal attention emotionally and all that to each wife. Very intentional. And those are the ones he's seen be successful. So, yeah, there are successful ones out there. I'm chalking this up to Cody because he's continued to become a bigger, his word he likes to say, jackwagon every season.
he also seems to
He's
get joy
unhinged.
out of his wife's misery.
Yeah, it makes me think he's trying to push them away.
Absolutely, he's trying to push him away. He's trying to push him away because he's tired of it, and he just wants to be with Robin. He's been treating Mary like garbage for, from what we've seen, at least a decade.
She said 10 plus years that they weren't in an intimate
Yeah,
relationship or anything. So
and just based on, I'm assuming, religious dogma, she's not going to leave him.
we can hope for Mary to, but has to be what Mary wants, and Mary's got to be happy here. So
Yeah, because she's
I don't see her being happy, but
yeah, she's
she says she
obviously not
loves him.
happy.
So
Does she love him, or does she love the idea of what they used to have?
I don't know.
Because he is obviously not the same person he was even when the show started.
No, but Christine did say that she felt like nothing back then.
Oh,
Uh, do you remember that part of the interview?
yeah, I remember that now. That
When she was talking about the basement wife thing, she said she had no identity, no nothing to herself, no she was a constant for the children and taking care of the children, and that's what she did 24/7 because they lived in a house
yeah.
together. So that's
I wonder if the term basement wife comes from like back in the day they used to keep one wife in the basement, doing the laundry and whatnot. I don't know. I'm just
why would you do your laundry in a dank, dark basement?
not all basements are dank and dark.
In the olden days?
Oh yeah, probably. I don't
Uh,
know. Down in the basement killing the rats.
I think they probably had cats for that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. What other bombshells did we hear? Let me think for a second. Was there?
Uh,
Oh, yes. Christine uh, was really kind with the way she was trying to say she can't do what makes Robin happy. She has to do what makes her happy. And Janelle's thinking the same thing.
yeah,
So she's going to Utah with Christine to see all the kids, the adult children,
yeah, uh, yeah,
and be surrounded in love and happiness and an actual happy Thanksgiving instead of one that would have been quite uncomfortable for Christine
yeah. As a matter of fact, Christine doesn't feel
or
comfortable around
Janelle.
Cody. Really says something about their relationship.
Yeah,
That it's been, going downhill for a long time now.
yeah,
And yeah, I'd choose my kids over my husband's newest wife. Also,
yeah,
that's not a hard choice to make. You choose your kids, not making your husband's newest wife happy.
right, right. And I understand Robin wants everyone to get together. She grew up in that environment. She likes it. She wants it. But I think there's
I
just too
can,
many years between those kids and the women raising the children. Truly would be the only one, and she's what is she, around a teenager now at
yeah.
13
I'm
or
I'm not exactly sure.
so. Truly is the only one that Christine has that's under,
Under 18.
yeah. And but she did move to Utah, so I
Mm,
don't know how they're gonna work out the get-togethers, or if they're gonna ask them for next week. How's it gonna work?
mm.
All work out. Um, it was just very um,
Was Cody
interesting but
ever
sad.
was he ever legally married to Christine or
No,
just through the
married
church?
by through the church.
Okay, because he was married to Mary
Married legally, but
and
now
then
he's
he
married.
divorced her and married Robin so he could adopt the kids.
Right.
Okay.
So he's only married to Robin,
Okay.
although he's married to all of them in the church. But good for Christine because um, Robin was like, Christine says they're divorced, but they aren't. And Christine said, when the host asked, she said, I don't need somebody to tell me my marriage is over and divorced.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to
Well,
go
also
to the religion
the bombshell that
and
she
have
left the
them.
religion.
Yeah. So I'm glad she knows she didn't need that. She doesn't need that permission.
Yeah.
It's and I think I think it looks great on her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's had too many years of sadness.
Yeah.
Getting to spend time with somebody only 2 days a week.
And
And
then it
then,
not being even a good time with them.
yeah, and then when he wasn't doing anything with her, she would see him around Robin or whatever. And then there's jealousies. I see Mary had jealousies. They all had jealousies to
Yeah.
contend with. But I know that's part of the religion because that's supposed to be something like you're earning something
That seems
by
like a
a
fundamental
hard
flaw.
situation or something like that.
Well, isn't it also like isn't jealousy like a sin?
I'm
So how could it be a fundamental part of the religion if it's a sin?
I don't know all the dogmas surrounding plural marriage,
Hmm.
or polygamy, so I couldn't answer that question.
Seems like a bad design.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the whole matter of fact that the women can't take on second husbands
Oh,
seems.
he said that was, what did he say? That not was vile. It was like horrible that they should suggest that uh Christine or have a man, or
Yeah.
one of the women have another man. Did he say, repulsive? I can't, something like
But
that,
he
a
doesn't want to
word to
touch them.
indicate.
If he doesn't want to touch them and they want to have an intimate relationship with someone, without leaving him, they can never have that again. He's basically telling them, no, you will never have an intimate relationship with anyone ever again because I'm not going to touch you.
Rough.
That's torture.
Yeah.
That's absolute torture to tell someone that.
Now I understand a lot more why the wives were tortured over the years. I used to see cracks or things that made me wonder, but
Yeah.
now
He
it's very evident.
he he says that Mary cheated on him and she left my ass.
He left her 10
Yeah,
plus years ago with
he
not having an intimate relationship with her,
he
just being
hasn't had
friends
an
with
intimate
her,
relationship in 10 years, and that whole thing with the catfish happened a lot less
like
than
5
10.
years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, so he had already stopped,
She
having
was
any kind of
alone.
relationship with
She
her.
was unhappy. I remember her back then. I remember Mary being the most unhappy
Yeah.
wife out
Which
of
goes
them
back to
all.
the whole he's definitely doing this on purpose to get them to leave. He wants them to leave because he's not allowed to leave them. So instead of leaving a wife, he just takes on another one and then neglects the others.
Hmm.
Instead of just, letting them have their own lives. But then he'll have a collection of very unhappy women.
Yeah. So that was basically, I think we wrapped up part two. I'm sure they're saving all the juicy stuff for part
Yeah,
three.
of course they are.
Yeah.
We
So we
knew
have to
that was
wait
going
and
to
see.
happen.
Yeah.
There's going to be some good stuff on the next one. That's for
Hopefully,
sure.
because I really want to understand more about, I just want to understand more.
Yeah. Oh,
So we hope you had a good time. Um,
yeah. And we will be back on
Next Monday.
next Monday for the next episode of Sister Wives, and we will be back on Wednesday for Book of Boba Fett
Yep.
season finale. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, we gotta see what Baby Yoda, I mean
Grogu.
Grogu, decides.
Oh, we already know what he's gonna say. All right, everybody. Have a great day.
Yep. Bye, guys.